Do you ever find yourself thinking you're meant for better things, greater things, and yet you find yourself not doing anything about it? Well, as I fight the energy from the side hustle to actually trying to get some energy to get things done, I have to just accept that I'm doing small inklings of bits, but then I just end up lazing around trying to get some energy, trying to have all these things in my head that it's being a to-do list. I'm sure others with AuDHD or AuDHD also feel like, well, it certainly is for me, I never feel like I've reached my potential, and I'm sure there's another life out there, but I'm always being careful that I'm in the present, even though I have all this art surrounding me and I don't really know what to do with it. All these ideas, all these opportunities to connect with others, and it's exciting because I'm going to be putting my art out there more, and I'm using the side hustle to connect with others in terms of getting some coaching with Ralphie and Flea, and using it to buy more art supplies and affording Ralph and just this new life. And I'm very happy that I've gone the dog route. It's now just figuring out how to have the art markets, how to really go for it and still have the balance of life and my dog, who perhaps isn't the sort of dog who can lie down at a gallery. But I'm still actually getting quite a few paintings done despite all the hours and the extra walking and my mind being elsewhere, all the ideas rattling around my head that I can't put into an actual tangible thing. But it spurs me on even more, and then I end up painting on the weekend and whenever I can. So it makes me appreciate it so much more than if I was just painting alone. And also I was stuck in the studio, and it's nice to be out walking, even though some days are easier than others. So I'm keeping the dog walking very small at the moment, because what it's shown me is that I want the art to be my career, my vocation. And so I've got one dog who I'm walking as a solo, and I'm charging group prices due to that being the very first dog I volunteered with. And then I now cover the majority of her walks in the week, and she's very energetic, likes to pick random things up, so I've got to keep watchful so that she doesn't pick up anything that she shouldn't, which is quite often. And yeah, she's a really sweet, lovely dog. Was afraid of children for a long while, now tolerates them, and yeah, we've got a good bond there, but you don't realise how much you're going to love a dog until you have your own. And then I've got the two dogs, Angel and Demon, who I have a key to let myself in, and they're friends of mine, so they were looking for a dog walker. Then when I said I was going to be doing it, said we might as well hire you because you've got that trust there already. And yeah, they're really sweet dogs. They can be reactive to other dogs because they're excited to want to go and socialise, which I haven't attempted yet because we just do a short walk just so they're not holding on, needing the toilet and all that sort of stuff. So just a quick little walk around. Yeah, they've got their own Instagram, so they signed the form saying I can share their image on social media. So that's Angel and Demon. The larger one's a birdhound, Angel, and then the smaller corgi mix is Demon, and they're both just really sweet dogs and give me a lot of love and a lot of licks. And yeah, just very inquisitive and interested in everything, and food orientated more so than what my dog is, Ralph. And then of course I've got Ralph to walk as well, and so his prey drive is high, so he will chase squirrels and foxes, which I have lost him a few times. His recall is mostly good, but does like to go see other dogs, and we've had a few falling out with a handful of dogs getting into double figures now. But he's got loads of friends he will walk around in a group with. yeah, he's really happy walking around with that group, thankfully, with many groups, and so he loves more dogs than most, but yeah, there are a few that he decided he doesn't like just from the look of them and smell of them, I guess. And he's always playful, so whenever I talk, he comes over to bring a ball over or anything like that. So that is taking up most of my life, Monday to Thursday, and then every day with Ralph, of course, which is a little bit more relaxing because I can walk him 11 to 1 and then I can get on with the art, which is the lifestyle I'm hoping to achieve. I'm also hoping to train him so that he will lie down happily, at least for some of the time when at art shows and things, and I don't know, I need to work that out so I can be at the art markets and without destroying everything, because he's very curious around everything at the moment, being only 2. The dog life and fitting in paintings when I can, really, hour in the evening, hour on the, many hours on the weekend, and then back into the walking again. Light or no light? So it's all going in the studio. I've got the painting, which I don't know how far I'm going to take it yet. Usually I stop at this stage, but there's more I want to do with it, and it's pushing me to learn new techniques and new things, because I'm very expressionistic and the expressionism kind of emotions and things, and I want to get some of it a little bit more realistic in some areas and get the tone and contrast a bit more. I tend to paint things too light or mid-tones, which I think is a thing that a lot of painters do, and I'm trying to figure that out. So, the moment. So this is where I'm at, and I need to add all the highlights onto the water because it just isn't at a point where it's convincing you that that's water. That's just the sort of structure that I want, where I want it to be. And now I'm just figuring out how to make it look like transparent, which is going to take a while. And I've got ideas, and I want to darken some of the shadows here, although I'm scared to do that. And yeah, I'm really happy with how it's coming along though, and I'll just have to see where it ends up. This one, I was gonna add some palette knife, other lighter stuff, lighter colours stuff, but actually I'm quite liking it. So I don't know, what do you reckon? I think when it's got light hitting it, it's much better than without a light, and I think that's why galleries have the light above so many times, because it does change the colours a lot. This one had a lot of interest when I was on the art bus. I mean, they're all just everywhere, that's the problem. I really need to tidy the studio, so that's my next thing to do. Ralph is wondering who the hell I'm talking to. I'm talking to the people of the internet, Ralph. Yeah, he's probably thinking, what? He's lost his mind as human. Alright. Right. Next time you see me will be, I'm guessing, a time lapse, because I really need to organise this, because down here, yeah, these arrived, and 200 is a lot more than I envisioned. When it arrived, it looked like 2,000 had arrived rather than 200. And then this was outside one of the houses getting rid of, so I thought that might be quite good for paints, but I haven't really got any room for it right now. And yeah, every so often, about every 6 weeks, I go through a whole organisation of the studio, making sure it's still functional, because it just gets everywhere. And I don't know if you've seen Francis Bacon's studio, but it's crazy, and I like organised chaos. I like being in the sort of mid section though, not too far to Francis Bacon, but not too far the other way where it's like white walls, and that works for some, but for me I need to be able to mess it up a little bit and then put it all back into organised, nice, rather than actual chaos. with this piece, I got inspired by several images that I stitched together, and it's all about finding your voice and being in environments where you feel like you can't speak, being underwater. And it's all within the series of owning your intensity and really owning the fact that we are intense sometimes and we have emotions and we're human. And at the moment, with turning 37 this year, I keep thinking what are the things I need to do to connect to people and to show my art? Because a lot of people will either say, are you still doing the art? Or I didn't know you did art. So just putting it on the internet isn't necessarily going to work because there's people in the real world who don't know that I'm an artist and don't know what I do. So just connecting and talking about pets and artwork and portraits and emotion and the human experience, you get people light up and interested, because being an artist in this world feels like a risky thing, even though there are many people who are doing it. And so us creatives have to really just keep going and not giving up, and just trusting that no matter how long it takes, we're always going to be painting anyway, so we might as well put it out there.